Hey everybody, have you often wondered what the difference is between a blue note and the blues scale? Are they the same or are they different? And when do we use each one? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, I want to talk today about the difference between a blue note and a blues scale. I hear a lot of confusion about these ideas, and rightfully so, they're a little tricky. Let's first talk about the musical side of things. In the pentatonic world, we talked earlier about there's major and minor pentatonics. Right now, as a guitar player, I want to talk just about pattern 1, and I talked about the rock and roll rule. That's where in pattern 1, when the first finger makes pattern 1 a minor scale, the pinky would point to the note that makes it a major scale. So right here on the 5th fret, this would be an A minor pentatonic scale or a C major pentatonic scale. The true blues scale isn't the blue note. I know some people have seen this. We add another note in there. That's called a blue note. Think of that like an artificial additive or a seasoning. You can just kind of add on to your pentatonic when you want to. So we'll talk about the blue note in a second. Let's talk about the blues scale, which is not the blue note. It's actually how we use a pentatonic scale as a musician that makes it sound bluesy. So when you're faced with an A major chord, as a musician, you could have two choices. We could play an A major pentatonic over it, and that'll have a nice, happy-go-lucky sound that'll go directly with this A major chord. The A blues scale is when you play an A minor pentatonic over an A major chord. That sort of fight is going to create an awesome tension that we hear as blues. So let's check out the example. So before we do that, I want to navigate our two scales. So when I do A major pentatonic, I'm going to put pattern 1 right here on the 2nd and 5th frets so that my pinky is on A and my first finger happens to be on F sharp. That's called the relative. That'd be good for songs in F sharp minor. But right now, this would be A major. In a second, I'll play it as a blues, which will put it more on the 5th fret, which we'll put on the 5th fret, for pattern 1. And it's going to look like an A minor scale, but it's going to act differently when it's played over a major chord. So, of course, you have to do this in context. Scales don't really mean a lot. That just sounds like we're moving the pattern up and around. We have to hear it in context. That's so important in music, is understanding how scales work with their chords. That's one of the things I see online that's missing so much, is people just talk about scales or licks, and they don't talk about what chord or how they work with when you're soloing. So let's take a look. I have a loop pedal here. I'm just going to loop an A major chord for a second. Okay, so there it is there. So I'm going to play A major pentatonic first, starting right here on the 5th fret, pattern 1, pinky. Let me move my neck pick up. Very easy going. Little bends, nice. So that's very easy going, very nice, lighthearted sound. That was A major pentatonic over an A major chord. Now I'm going to move to A minor, which would be the A blues scale, and you'll hear immediately it sounds bluesy. So I'm going to move to the A minor pentatonic, and we'll hear how it's bluesy. Let's check it out again. Listen to that note right here. Check this out. Right here. It almost sounds kind of wrong. That's the minor note fighting with the major note of the chord, which is right here. If I played an A major bar chord, that's a C sharp note right here. The scale has an C natural. And what do most blues players do? They bend it back up. I'll go back to A major. resolves to the A. You can't resolve it. That's the last note of the scale now, because it's A major. Okay, hope that makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look at the blue note for one moment. The blue note is a sixth tone we add to a pentatonic scale, or even other scales. People often say, oh, there's two blue notes. They're mixing up a couple of things. In pattern 1, it does happen in two places. Right under the middle finger on the A string, and on the pinky note on the G string. That's actually the same musical note. They're just octaves. So you get 1, 2, 3, then the blue note, 4, 5. Then you start over on the octave, 1, 2, 3. There's the blue note, 4, 5, 1. Of course, this note does happen in other places and other positions, but I'm just talking about pattern 1 right now. That blue note is a nice way to add a little hot sauce, a little mustard onto your sound whenever you need it. The really cool thing, I didn't know this for the longest time about the blue note, is that you can use it over the major pentatonic. So as a musician, we can play a pentatonic as a major, as a minor, and now we talk about as a blues scale. So you can use that blue note to add to any one of those situations. So let's start the chords again. So here it is as in a blues scale. Here we talk about A minor on the 5th fret, and I'm going to add the blue note. Here we go. There it is there. You can bend to it. You can slide in and out of it. You hear that all the time. So that would feel the same in the blues as it does the minor. It'll feel kind of very similar color, I should say. But when we go to major pentatonic, that's what's kind of cool. The major I always had a hard time with because it sounded kind of vanilla, a little light, you know? So if you want to darken it up a little bit, the blue note can really add a cool color to it. So let's check it out. Right there, right? That's nice. So cool. So again, today we talked about the difference between the blues scale and the blue note. The blues scale is all about context. It's not about adding or changing anything. It's about how we use the scale. That's what's so important for you as a musician, not just a guitar player to understand. So in a quick summary for pentatonics, major chords get either the major pentatonic, you get a happy twangy, whether it's the Allman Brothers or a nice happy Hendrix color, or the major chord could also get the minor pentatonic, which makes it a blues scale. And beyond that, minor just gets minor. So minor chords just get the minor pentatonic. People often ask me, well, what's it sound like if you play a major pentatonic over a minor chord? It sounds like everything is wrong. I think everyone agrees on that. Check it out. If you don't think so, let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to know what people's opinions are on this. I know people find this kind of a different way to look at the blue note and the blues scale. So please hit me up below. Let me know what you think about it. Again, check out leadguitarworkshop.com. I'm going to have a lot of new stuff here. Please hit subscribe if you like the video. I'm going to have a lot of new stuff coming up. Hit the notification bell too, and that'll let you know when I'm uploading new videos. All right, everybody. Good luck playing guitar. Rock and roll. Peace.